In the first episode of The Idol, viewers are given a profound understanding of the immense stress and exhaustion that often accompanies the life of a pop star. Without respite, people in this industry is relentlessly burdened by internal pressure that takes a toll on their well-being. In the episode, our attention is drawn to Jocelyn, a young woman who is both revered and affluent but unfortunately plagued by perpetual unhappiness and anxiety. The Idol Pop Tarts and Rat Tails recap. The Idol episode 1 starts with a close-up of vocalist Jocelyn's face in the center of a photo on her brand new CD cover. Jocelyn is recouping from an emotional breakdown after her mommy died concerning a year back, and this is her large return after the distressing occurrence. Jocelyn is clearly great at what she does since we see various tones of her performative abilities as she's posturing for the cover. Points start to obtain ruined when she chooses to be a lot more specific than what the group wants, making the affection planner all irritated. This is the first of the several troubles Jocelyn's group is most likely to deal with in an issue of Mince. Besides managing the affection planner, they need to handle a non-consensual, outrageous photo of Jocelyn being dripped online. In the center of every one of this, Jocelyn's wearing away psychological wellness is considered as attractive by some, whereas the children who are obtaining dishonored for being university informed consider it troublesome. It's an entire mess, actually, as well as everyone is simply attempting to make Jocelyn the largest celebrity once more after her lengthy break. No one is truly fretted about her besides her pal and aide, Leia, who is the just one of them who appears to have an ounce of look after the bad woman. Among the mayhem, a reporter from Vanity Fair takes part in a little account of the brand new Jocelyn. Since Jocelyn is the trending subject on Twitter, she as well finds out about the picture along with is stunned to discover that the sufferer herself is uninformed. Jocelyn appears to be placed on a take on the face since she's dissatisfied regarding exactly how the tune has actually ended up and also has contradictory concepts with the other individuals associated with her CD. Out of the numerous individuals in her manner, no one wants to recognize what she desires. While practicing for the dancing, Jocelyn is contrasted to her professional dancer Diane. She's made to see Diane's efficiency to boost her actions. At the exact same time, all individuals in her group watch from a greater ground, plainly pressing her to do much better. Jocelyn looks noticeably injured and also drops a couple of splits while seeing Diane and also having the execs take a breath down her neck. After she's done, Jocelyn informs Diana she desires she might dance like her. Together with it feels like there's some background there. Diane is the one who recommends they most likely go to a club to unwind. Possibly Diane is envious of Jocelyn, who is all of it, whereas she's simply a much more skilled backup professional dancer. Therefore, she's leading her to the lion's den. Jocelyn does not wish to most likely to the club initially, however. She ultimately learns about the dripped picture plus chooses to make use of the club as a disturbance from the embarrassment. Jocelyn looks entirely patient in her method to the club. Like a covering of an individual who's simply grinning for those around her. At the club on the second, she goes into something that appears to be taking place. We learn a little later that Ted Rose, the proprietor of the club, intended his experience with Jocelyn. From the beverages to the location where she dances, all of it was well considered to ensure that she can be in a prone placement for him to enter her life and also conserve her. Tedros makes believe to be thrilled to see a popular superstar in his club and then requests to dance, which Jocelyn hesitates to do in the beginning, however, later comes to be rather captivated by Tedros in a split second. Leia is instantly slipped out by Tedros. Yet, in some way, Jocelyn is unconcerned or selects not to take notice of his numerous warnings. She also informs him just how she absolutely really feels concerning her brand new songs, as though she has no feeling of borders any longer. Back residence, we see that Jocelyn might have some dreams of her own that include physical control. In her meeting with Vanity Fair, Jocelyn is withdrawn and also entirely adjusts herself to provide just the ideal responses for the recording, although the reporter tries to be prone with her. Jocelyn is not impressed plus remains to adhere to the anticipated responses. Later on, regardless of Leia's antipathy for Ted Rose, Jocelyn welcomes him over. She develops a mystical ambience for him equally as he produces a revitalizing atmosphere for her, suggesting they both desire something from each various other but will not disclose their real selves. She determines to show him her unreleased track due to the fact that she seems like he will certainly be straightforward with her, unlike any person else she recognizes. Tedros assumes Jocelyn has the best work on the planet, and Jocelyn assumes being well known involves other individuals existing to her face. Tedros offers her phony motivation in one of the most unusual fashions and afterward informs her to locate her voice. To show her what she actually requires to dig deep right into, he utilizes her red bathrobe and also places it over her head, nearly making her appear like a religious woman. Previously he stated she seemed like a religious woman when she was singing. She was a fanatic. She was required to alter herself to symbolize individuals like Sharon Tate. Tedros makes use of the bathrobe to choke Jocelyn and uses a blade to make a slit where her mouth is, so she can take a breath once more.